My name is Darren Senga from VLF's Dallas office. I'm joined here today by Joe Lanza and Dylan Fetterman from VLF San Antonio office. Welcome to another installment in Bethlehem Law Firm's video educational series. Today our topic is liens, specifically how various levels of contractors can use liens to get paid on projects. Now, Joe, we're focusing today on commercial projects, and we're not going to be talking about homesteaded or residential projects, and we're not going to be talking about public works projects. The reason for that is those types of projects have a completely separate and more complex set of prerequisites. Is that right?
That's correct, Darren.
And Dylan, I mentioned a second ago, the fact that there are different levels of contractors. What are the different relationships that parties can have to the project owner against whom you'd assert the lien?
So you generally would have a general contractor, and that's the person who would have a direct contract with the owner. Then under them you have subcontractors, and they're the people that provide materials or labor for the project.
They provide them generally under a contract with the general contractor.
Yes, in most circumstances.
And then you have tiers of subcontractors, sort of, for example, like a subcontractor.
That's correct, Darren.
Now, Joe, it's accurate to say that a subcontractor may have a contract with a subcontractor, but doesn't definitionally have a contract with the person who owns the project, right?
That's true.
Still, that subcontractor can exercise lien rights,
Yes, that's correct.
so long as they follow some of the steps we're about to talk about here. So let's focus for a moment, Dylan, on the general contractor wanting to assert a lien.
Yes.
Before they assert a lien or make any kind of filing with the authorities, do they have to file any kind of notice or send any kind of notice to the project owner?
No, the general contractor doesn't need to send any notice before filing an affidavit with the property records.
You said the first step they do is they file an affidavit of notice. How does it work?
Yes, that's correct. So the general contractor would be required to file an affidavit in the property records in the county where the project is located.
And what's the deadline for that?
The deadline would be the 15th of the fourth month after the work was completed.
So, for example, if a general contractor completed work on January 29th of the year, what's the latest they can file with the records, with the county records?
Well, it would be the 15th of the fourth month after the work was completed, and so that would fall on May 15th.
Okay, great. So that tells us how a general contractor can perfect his lien. Basically, it's timely filing of the notice of lien affidavit only.
Yes, that's correct.
Let's take a look at the subcontractor. What does a subcontractor need to do first if they ever hope to get a lien properly filed?
So the first thing that the subcontractor would need to do is file a notice, and they would have to give notice to both the owner and the general contractor.